There are plenty of adjectives you could use to describe Wisconsin's political climate in 2011. Perhaps passionate or volatile. The state is known for being evenly split politically, purple, with independents often determining elections. But partisans have been zealous, even among family and friends. WUWM's Marge Pitroff reports on challenges to civility.
The sides have remained unwavering. For instance, on the issue that catapulted Wisconsin into the national spotlight this year, public unions. The GOP insists the state is better off without them because they create entrenched special interests. Democrats continue expressing outrage that Wisconsin is slashing its public sector, the one that provides crucial societal services. When Governor Walker delivered his budget address in March, he seemed accepting of the unprecedented reaction his plan gutting unions provoked.
Freedom thrives each time there is a passionate debate in our society. Passion and civility can go hand in hand, and that's what's on display here in Wisconsin.
It started with huge rallies at the Capitol. Then Democratic senators fled to Illinois to foil a vote on the governor's plan, while remaining legislators exchanged warnings. And outside interests began filling the airwaves.
This is Republican class warfare, an attack on the middle class. This is a battle we need to win.
You know, we right now have law enforcement that are out there looking for Democrat senators to try and have some of them come back to the chamber.
You will lose this argument as the people learn what's really in this bill.
Having been read 3 times, shall the bill be passed? All in favor will vote aye. All opposed will vote no. The clerk will open the roll.
Today, partisans are expending energy and sometimes insults on recalls and lawsuits, insistent their ideology must prevail. We asked participants in our Project Milwaukee series why they think Wisconsin has spun into the partisan stratosphere.
What we're seeing right now really is a trend that began 30 years ago. Democratic strongholds are becoming much more Democratic and Republican strongholds more Republican. The intensity of feelings is ratcheted up, and people tend to gravitate toward the more extreme positions. It's disturbing.
That is what's getting to the core of people, that's really getting people to react, that all of nothing, no compromise. It's a lack of respect for the other side.
I think it's rather tragic that it's come to people now trying to fight for turf, or have to be involved in protests to be heard.
There are issues that are so important that people have to fight for them. You don't want to fight dirty, but that doesn't mean you can't fight.
And it's a vitally important debate, the size and scope of government.
I think the problems we see, one side or the other is not going to fix them. It really takes everybody's buy-in or nothing's going to get done. And I've never seen discussions more polarized.
So what, if anything, might eventually calm Wisconsin's ideological waters? A few people in Madison started trying a simple approach late last year after the state flipped Republican. They invite conservatives and liberals to dinner once a month to discuss why they hold their particular opinions. Self-described liberals Katie Songer and Ron Dolan got the ball rolling.
Scott Walker got elected, and we were wondering to ourselves, how did this happen? We don't know anyone who voted for this guy. And Katie emailed the Dane County Republican Party and asked, could we meet with a couple of conservatives, talk to them about their viewpoints so that we can better understand half of our state?
Scott and Carol Grabens accepted the invitation, and the two couples met. Grabens says it felt like a blind date, while Ron Dolan found himself pushed to the limit.
I actually came home that night and I was beside myself because I had just been biting my tongue for about 2 hours, wanting to counter some of their viewpoints, but it was good to remain calm and start the process of listening.
As the four have become better acquainted, Dolan says they're sometimes stunned to learn they agree on a controversial issue. He now realizes the conservative couple feels badly the state is cutting its health insurance, but still prefers smaller government.
Me knowing that Carol is from Guatemala, she's seen corrupt government at its worst. That helps to explain why she doesn't trust government even here in America.
The key to civility is absorbing a person's story, according to Carol Grabens.
The moment you start shielding yourself behind a mob, behind social media, and you do not approach an individual as a human being face to face, things blow out of proportion. You have misconceptions about the other person.
Both Grabens and Ron Dolan admit, though, their group does not confront the next difficult step, chiseling policies that satisfy everyone. The process is time-consuming, and in Wisconsin today, voters appear impatient, probably because they're concerned, according to Mordecai Lee, professor of governmental affairs at UWM.
Dissatisfaction with the state of the economy, the condition of government, led to people saying, I want to vote for an alternative. I want to try something different. Now, the surprising thing is how quickly the voters shifted from November of 2008, a Democratic landslide, to November of 2010, which is a Republican landslide. Are we entering an era of Wisconsin politics where the cycles are getting shorter and shorter?
The new batch of recall attempts underway could even abbreviate the current four-year cycle. What the tumultuous year seems to have produced in Wisconsin is more politically engaged citizens, perhaps along with a silent share of politically fatigued. Marge Pitroff, 89.7 WUWM.